is on. I'm just not being loud and ready. It's the table in the back causing issues. You're right. I know it's not traditional for a bride to speak, but I don't care. So I'll be covering a chunk of the thank yous today. So here we go. I will start with my suppliers. So I don't even know how to express my gratitude to the suppliers that have made today possible. You'd think that being a wedding planner, I'd be pretty good at this by now, but my lack of decision making and a busy year has not made me the best bride. So thank you for putting up with me and all my lists. I would recommend a mini clap in between these rather than a sip of your drink, because not even that big, there's a lot. But don't drink because you'll be wasted. I want to start by saying a massive thank you to the caterers. They won't hear this, but we'll... Oh, thanks, Ross. You come up in a minute, don't worry. Massive thank you to the caterers, Hunger, who are about to provide us with a delicious meal. So, next on to Jake and Aim. I always say that wrong. She was one of my brides. They were one of my couples this year. So I must have done all right that they wanted to help today. Thank you so much for working. I'm sure you can think of 100 other things that you'd rather be doing on New Year's Eve. But the fact that you'll want to spend it with us today is so lovely. So thank you. To Adam, who just did the toast masterclass for you, Katie, and to Cheryl, our wonderful bar team. No pressure, but the drink is literally the reason that everybody's here. So thank you so much for being here and helping us bring in the new year. Hetty, later on you will all be tucking into the best brownies in the world. I don't just say this because she's in the room, but because they actually are. Hetty, you've created the most amazing dessert and a fantastic business alongside with it, so thank you. Holly, you get a second shout out. For our wedding rings and my engagement ring, and for getting that right and making him put the diamonds around the edge, I appreciate that. They're just perfect and such a personal touch, and having you design them with us is truly something that we'll remember forever, so thank you. Okay, I'm getting used to this now. Elliot and Kirsty. Elliot is videoing Kirsty. I've gained a brother and sister-in-law, and I couldn't have picked any better. Kirsty, thank you for doing our hair this morning, and for always being so calm and collected during bridal prep. Just what we need. Elliot, video mastermind. I may not be as hot as some of the latest whips that you're filming. It's cars, by the way. But I can't wait to see the video, and I promise to watch it daily and cry. Patty P, photographer. You've been a great friend over the last few years as we both find our way in the wedding industry. Your photos are phenomenal, and I'm so happy to have you here today. Our legal wedding photos have made Brian and I extremely excited to see these, so no pressure. Thank you. Faye. I've been organised and written this speech before you did the ceremony, but I'm pretty confident that what I've written is still right. The ceremony was more than we could have ever imagined. You found the perfect level of funny, loving, emotional and sarcastic, which is the best mix of Brian and I. You really captured the whole relationship in 30 minutes, and it was so meaningful and such a lovely ceremony, and that I can only say thank you. Beth. If everybody could just take a look around for 1 second. It looks wilder than I could have ever imagined and ever pictured. Your detail, imagination, passion and thoughtfulness is unique, and it's no wonder you've built an empire. It's a pleasure being with you on this journey through good times and bad times for both of us, and I can't wait to see where else it goes and to start working my way through the many favours that I now owe you. Brian, floor's that will be better. To Candice and Ross. Oh, I don't know what to say. If it wasn't for you guys, we'd all be currently sat outside in the rain. I remember first visiting Rise Farm in 2020 and told you both that I'd be getting married here. Just to be clear, Brian hadn't proposed at this time, but I was very eager. You shared my excitement for weddings, just like you do for every couple that are lucky enough to marry here. Working as part of the Rise team for the last year has been an absolute pleasure, and we've loved every single minute of it. Thank you for letting me be a bridezilla. They made that ceremony barn, it didn't exist 6 months ago. And supporting our crazy plans and becoming great friends. Your generosity, enthusiasm and hard work is hugely appreciated by Brian and I, and we cannot even begin to thank you enough. So I'd like to start with a toast to the suppliers that have done. Okay. Where am I? Now on to you guys, the Mitchells. Thank you so much for welcoming me into your gang from day one. When Brian took me to Dubai to meet you all, it was amazing, and from that very day I felt like a Mitchell. Thank you for the debates. Thank you for living in amazing places so that we could holiday there. And thank you for making me included. Love you guys, and I hope that I do the Mitchell name proud. Olivia. It's all right, she can keep her headphones on. She's fine. But a lovely little round of applause for our flower girl who's done such an amazing job and she looks adorable. Too cute. Yay. Benjamin. I will say this before you do your speech, just in case. Thank you for making sure that Brian is here on time, dressed well, he looks good, he looks smart, and making a huge journey across the world to celebrate with us today, so thank you. Oh no, this might get me now. To my mum and dad. Oh, I can't. If I could wish anything for Isla, it's that she has a childhood as wonderful as I had. Every day I strive to make the choices that you both made to give me the best start in life, and I hope that Brian and I are doing you both proud in raising your granddaughter. Mum, we've had an argument or two in the past. It was not me that pushed her down the stairs and broke her wrist. But I don't tell you enough how much I admire you and appreciate you. Thank you for everything you've done for me, for getting food, technology, ingredients on the day, because I'd forgotten. Helping us with childcare, unlimited Cornwall Airbnb time, and your interest in all things weddings. Thank you for also buying my wedding dress. I think we can all agree I look amazing. And to Mark, I never imagined that there would be anybody more competitive in this world than I am. But you've managed to prove me wrong, so thank you for taking bold games so seriously, but also making my mum so happy, and all your love and support for me, Brian and Isla. Daddy? Oh, okay. I thought about having you next to me walk down the aisle long before I even thought about the boy that I was going to marry. You've always been very big shoes to fill, literally. Now, let me start by saying my dad is not perfect. In fact, on paper, some would argue a terrible father. He once skimmed a stone halfway across the ocean, which hit my brother directly in the face. And yes, he aimed there, it was not an accident. My dad would drive next to boys with me in the passenger seat, beep and the horn and duck. And he once picked me up from work, let me drive his brand new car home, and then the police came behind us and he told me to swap seats with him, which I'm quite sure is a crime. But I can only see the positives. It has made me more confident, see the funny side of things, be brave, and I'm pretty sure that Dan deserves it. So, Dad, you are one of a kind, truly a sparkle in a sometimes dark world, and everything to you is a punchline. You're positive, hardworking, loyal, and dare I say it, funny. You showed me what to expect from a man and a father to my child, and I can only hope that you're proud of my choice.
Yes.
Also to Fran, you were always a great friend before you decided to marry my dad, but I'm so pleased to now be family with you. You're so amazing, bringing everyone together, and I thank you for that. If it wasn't for you, I don't think that Dad would invite us for many dinners. So thank you. Okay, that's up. Danielle. Danielle reminded us all on the hen do that I actually stole her boyfriend from her as soon as I met her, so I'm still sorry about that. But we have been close ever since, from making Bebo videos dressed as mice, I don't know why we were dressed as mice, to recording Aerosmith songs at Butlins, which we genuinely thought would be on the radio, to weekly bake-off competitions. You provide such fun and energy to an otherwise boring Tuesday night, and I hope that we can spend the next 30 or more years doing exactly what we do now. Thank you for everything you've done for me, and especially the 27 hen do's that I've had. You're wonderful, strong, funny, kind, and I love you. Stop crying. Anna, my sister from another mister, from another mother, sorry. I loved you so much that I made our parents get married, just to spend more time with you. Thank you for everything you do for me, hen do planning, unlimited childcare, being my credit card to buy loads of outfits because Brian won't let me use Klarna. You bring so much joy and calm to everyone who knows you, and I feel so lucky that I get to be your best friend and I get the most attention. You're the kindest, most helpful, fiercely loyal friend I could ever wish for, and I genuinely wouldn't be where I am today without you. Okay, we're nearly there. Okay. Isla. Oh. Isla, you are the exclamation mark to the happiest sentence I will ever write. You will never understand the joy, love, and spark that you brought to Daddy and I. You are a reason to grow up, to work harder, to love stronger, and to build this wonderful family. And you're so worth it. You light up every room, and I can confidently say that you have made every single person in this room a little bit happier just by being you. Yeah. I remember when I found out that you were going to be a girl, and people told me that I'll have a best friend for life, and they weren't even close. You are so much more. I'm so incredibly proud of you, my wonderful, kind, clever, sassy little girl. And I love you. And your reading was beautiful. Okay, before I move on to the main event, I just want to genuinely thank every single person that has come here for celebrating with us today. I've always loved weddings from a young age and never really understood my obsession with them until now. To stand here and have everyone that we love in the same room is truly unique and special. You've all had an impact on our relationship, and to be able to party with you all later is going to be amazing. So whether you're friends, family, Hindu survivors, industry friends, or just here for the free bar, thank you. You all get a round of applause. Brian, you have not had the easiest time being in a relationship with me. During the last 12 years, you have been bitten by a tiger, come second at basically every competition you've ever entered, including a holiday ping pong tournament. You've been called a wish version of Frank Lampard on social media many times, had chicken wings thrown at you, and most recently been scammed at our very own front door. But I hope that maybe it's not me causing the bad luck, and I'd like to prove it by also reminding you of other things that you've accomplished in that 12 years. You've become a master bartender, bought 2 houses, become a father, joined the police, quit the police, started multiple businesses, been in the news, travelled to, and I've had to guess, about 15 countries, become a blue belt in jiu-jitsu, and probably most importantly, bagged a great wife. 4,182 days with you have been wonderful, and I've watched you grow and change over that time and become the most amazing man and father. You are thoughtful, kind, hardworking, loving, strong, passionate, and enthusiastic. You're always so laid back and willing to go with the flow to make sure that people around you are happy. I've never had to ask twice, so you'll just do it, whether it's making something handmade for Christmas because I didn't want to go empty-handed, or running a famous person's baby shower. I trust you more than anyone in the world, and I know that you'll just get it done. Oh, I can't read this next bit. I want you to know that if you ever feel a little bit alone in this life, that you are not. I will always be beside you as your number 1 fan, your best friend, your cheerleader, and your support, and challenge every dream or idea that you have. I'm so unbelievably proud of everything that you've achieved and built over the last 12 years, and I know that today is a pinpoint in our very long and happy relationship. And I know that we've got many years of adventure, romance, and fun to come. I'm so excited at the opportunities and experience that we have yet to take. I don't know what, where, or how we decide the next 6 decades will go or more. I just know that I want it with you. So, please raise a toast to the most important man in the room, to Brian. Your turn.